Okay, we're doing Algebra 1, 1.9, writing formulas. These are on practice 1.9, they're on pages 36 and 37, so you'll just have to follow along on the word problems. We're going to start with number 2. The work done, W, equals the force applied, F, times the distance, D, and the object is moved. It wants us to write that in an algebraic formula. That one, if you write it just like it reads, the work done, W, equals, we'll write our equals, the force applied, F, times the distance, D, an object is moved. So the distance, D. So we get W equals FD, just like it's written. Number 4, the Fahrenheit temperature, F, is equal to the sum of 9/5 of the Celsius temperature, C, and 32 degrees. So we know that the Fahrenheit temperature, F, is equal to the sum, so we know we're going to be adding two things, of 9/5 of multiplication, the Celsius, 9/5 C, and 32, just like it reads in the paragraph. Number 12, the cost D in dollars for a quart of milk is equal, so we know we're going to have D equals, is equal to the product multiplication of 1.39 times the number of quarts purchased. So we're going to have the cost D in dollars for a quart of milk is equal to the product of 1.39 times the number of quarts Q. And that's it. Number 20, state the wages W for completing X pieces if the salary is D dollars plus an additional 18 cents per piece. Okay, so state the wages for completing X pieces if the salary is D dollars plus an additional 18 cents per piece. We're trying to find out what the wages are. So W for wages is equal to the salary of D dollars, so they're definitely getting D dollars, plus an additional 18 cents, 0.18 per multiplication X pieces. Okay. On number 28, it wants us to write a formula for the perimeter of the figure. This one, they kind of combined a couple of different figures in one. They've got a circle on each, or half a circle on each end of a rectangle. There's a lot of things here that are really important to us. One, we need to know how to find the perimeter of a circle, which is circumference 2 pi r, which is the same thing as the diameter times pi. That's the circumference of a circle. Okay, so we know that the diameter is right here. It's 3b. So when I plug that in there, I'm going to get 3b times pi. And then the two pieces that add on to those two circumferences is going to be from here to here, here to here, and we know that that's 6b, so we have 6b and another 6b up here. We know those are the same because of these right angles. So plus 12b. So that would probably, multiplications, commutative and associative, so probably write that as 3 pi b plus 12b. Either one of those will work. Number 30, it wants us to write a formula for the area of each shaded region. And number 30 is a little bit tricky. Told us these are right angles. So we want to find the area of this whole thing. We've got a half circle and we've got a rectangle. To do the area of a circle, it's going to be equal to pi r squared. And the area of a rectangle is length times width. So we'll use what we know. The circle, the radius is just r. It didn't give us a number. R. So we're going to do pi r squared, but the only trick is there's only half of a circle here. So we're going to say that that is half pi r squared. Plus, we need the length and the width of this rectangle. We have the width as w, but the length is a little bit trickier. What we do know is if this is the radius, then this is also a radius, and this is a radius. So that's an r, and that's an r, which means this whole length is 2 r's. So we're going to add that half pi r squared to 2r times w.